Auto-apply plan rules. Top Producer CRM understands the importance of following up with your leads. If you're receiving too many leads to manually apply action plans to them all, auto-apply plan rules enable you to automatically apply plans to new leads. You can define a unique rule for every unique combination of lead type, source, subsource, and other source. For example, you can define a rule that will be applied to buyers who found you through your lawn sign, and a different rule for buyers who found you through your website. So once a rule has been automatically applied to a plan, the activities contained within the plan will appear in the My Business section of the dashboard as they come due. Okay, so to set up an auto-apply plan rule, you need to know the following: source, the subsource, and the lead type. So all we have to do is to open a contact record for a lead that you have received from the lead provider. So in the contact record, click the lead info tab, and then in the lead management tab. So make sure to take note of the lead type, the source, and the subsource. So what we have here, the lead type is a buyer, and the source is quick lead, and the subsource is quick form. But let's have the source as realtor.com, and there's no subsource. Okay, so once you have all that information, click on the calendar menu and select auto apply plan rules. So to create a new rule, just click on add rule. So here we have the rule name. So the rule name is only seen by you when setting up the rules, but it is required and should be as descriptive as possible. Typically, the name should describe where the lead came from. So this field is only editable in the add rule form. So once a rule has been added, its name cannot be edited from the edit rule form. So please take note of that. So next is the lead type. So the lead type you select will affect the types of plans available for assigning. And next is source. So the source is the primary method of identifying incoming leads. Lead providers that you can define in the lead provider setup tab. It is located in the preferences menu. Will automatically be available from this field. And next is the subsource. So the subsource field can be used to add like an extra dimension to leads generated from your web lead forms. So the subsource field gives you the freedom to group all of your web leads under a single source and create a single rule to handle them, while reserving the ability to specify special rules for leads with particular subsources. So if all subsources are selected, the rule is applied based on the source or other source values. Like it does not matter if an incoming lead contains a subsource value. If only no subsource is selected in this drop-down list, the rule is only applied if the incoming lead does not contain a subsource value. So other sources. The other source field provides an additional level for identifying incoming leads. You can add values for this drop-down list on the lead info tab of the contact record. If all other sources are selected, the rule is applied based on the source or subsource values, or it does not matter if an incoming lead contains an other source value. If only no other source is selected in this drop-down list, the rule is only applied if the incoming lead does not contain an other source value. And so the last part is action plans to apply. A listing of available action plans that are appropriate for the lead type you specified earlier. So all you have to do is click the Add Auto Apply Rule button to save your rule. it then displays from the auto apply plan rules page with the new rules added. So please take note, you can only have one rule per criteria. So if the rule you have just created overlaps with another pre-existing rule, you'll be offered the opportunity to either automatically modify the pre-existing rule so that it does not overlap the new one, so no action required on your part, or to modify the new rule that you just created. So once the rule is set up, the next time a lead comes in from the specified web page that meets the lead type and source criteria, the rule will automatically apply the action plans you chose. So when comparing incoming leads to your criteria, Top Producer CRM joins the type, source, subsource, and other source fields with AND operators, and joins any multiple picks that you made within those fields with OR operators. Like for example, the type of buyer, the type is buyer or seller, and the source is ad or lawn sign. Would match buyers who responded to an ad, sellers who responded to an ad, buyers who responded to a lawn sign, and sellers who responded to a lawn sign. So action plan activities can be viewed from My Business on the dashboard, or by opening the contact record and going to the activities tab. So that's all for auto apply plan rules. Thank you so much for listening.